Welcome, you're watching Kaleidoscope Ceylinco Live News Capsule. As the year winds down and the economy gears up for what we hope is a positive change in the coming several months, I asked Anushka Wijesinha, economist and co-founder of Centre for a Smart Future, about the positives over the last year and key economic concerns going forward. Anushka, what are we optimistic about on the economy as we end this year?
So I think we can be optimistic that the steps towards the debt restructuring, which is essentially the one big thing that hangs over the economy and determines the future trajectory for the economy, not just over the next year, but over the next several years. The fact that steps are underway, discussions have begun, we have the staff level agreement where the analysis around what needs to be done has been concluded. I think that's what we can be somewhat optimistic about as we conclude the year. But also, I think that some of the fiscal consolidation measures have been rolled out. And I think we can be also somewhat optimistic about the fact that at least until now, there seems to be somewhat of a political consensus around some of the key reform areas. But I think these are all hanging in the balance. And while I think we can be somewhat optimistic, I think there's a lot that could derail all of this over the next 6 to 8 months.
So what would be a key economic concern going forward?
I think the first quarter of the new year is going to be quite challenging. I say this because we yet do not have a confirmed IMF program, and any assistance from other multilaterals is preconditioned on getting that IMF agreement. The other thing that is a concern for me in this first quarter of the new year is our external trade balance. And that's because we've seen exports and export earnings soften a little bit because of recessionary concerns in the UK, particularly, somewhat in the EU, and perhaps to a lesser extent in the US. But overall, these concerns, what's going on in China, all of this is going to have a bit of a damping effect on global demand. And alongside this, impacts on export earnings, on the import bill side, we're seeing the government have to necessarily ease up on some of the restrictions. And that would mean you have somewhat declining or slowdown in export earnings and an increase in our import bill, which will throw this kind of balance that we've had over the last couple of months out of balance.
A big thank you to the partners on our show who are truly beyond compare. Skills for Inclusive Growth and Australian Aid, Ceylinco Live, CDB, The Morning Newspaper, Park Street Gourmet and ZipZip. Thank you. If you like Kaleidoscope, subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn.
You focus on your goals. We will take care of the risks. Ceylinco Life.